The other thing I wanted to share with you is that when I was in Hawaii, one of the things I realized is when I was there living in Kauai when I was 20 and 21. And when I went back after 39 years of not being back there, I realized how small I had made my world there. I had no idea all the things that were on Kauai. It felt like such a small island, but when I was there, I was focused on my boyfriend, whether I was good enough, whether I was the right weight or not. We played volleyball every day, and whether there was surf, and then I would go to work at night in a disco. Cocktail waitressing, and that was basically my world. So it was like waking up, are there waves, where do we go, where are they, right? And then if there's no waves, then let's play volleyball, and who are we playing with, and or tennis, and then or go snorkeling, and then otherwise my dramatic relationship with my boyfriend at the time, that those consumed me, and I realized how much I missed out on when I made my world really small. And so I would I'm wanting to suggest to you all that, what are you paying attention to? And maybe lift your head and maybe even float up so you're like in a hot air balloon over your life. What's there? What are all the things that are available to you that you're not noticing because you're concerned about fitting in? You're concerned about whether you're good enough or not, and whether your boyfriend's gonna like you, and instead of worrying about him and or her, about what you've got to do, how you've got to show up, how you think they want you to be, or the same with friends or whatever that your community is at the moment, to start taking a look about what's around you and what are the opportunities and possibilities for you. And like we started in the beginning with the grounding and the connecting to everything, like broadening your perspective of how connected you are to everything. That's the other thing that I noticed. Even though I appreciate nature and loved it when I was younger, I didn't realize how connected I was to everything. I didn't realize, and I had signs all the time. Like one of my wonderful things that happened to me when I was in Kauai was when I would get down and on myself and not be feeling not good enough and woe is me, etc. I'd walk down this path to these cliffs, and in the cliffs were caves. You could just walk, there's a little trail, and you could just sit on a ledge over the water. And one day I went down there, and a rainbow came directly over I could look up and see the rainbow, and the rainbow went directly over me into the water, and there were turtles swimming around. And I had all sorts, I had angels show up for me and tell me things were going to be all right. People showing up as angels saying everything's going to be all right, stick in there, whatever. And then they would walk by me, and I'd turn around and there's nobody else around, and they were gone. So there were times in my life that all the time things were showing up to tell me, to show me how connected I was, how supported I was, even when I felt alone, even when things weren't going right. The birds talk to me. So now I understand that as I'm older, so that how connected I can feel it so much more. I'm allowing myself to feel that. And so birds, have lots of meaning and talk to me. Animals all over. Nature is talking to me all the time. And my life and how I interpret it and my intentions and what I'm creating, trips to Hawaii, building a home, relationships, friendships, wonderful food, just loving energy, my connections to you. All of this is as a result of me feeling more connected and having a bigger picture. So I want to, for you millennials and Gen X that don't understand this yet, I'm asking you, lift your head, look, start to take in like how connected you are to everything. What is around you? What's more? Start broadening your perspective, broadening your reach. Start going outside of your neighborhood. Start doing, getting out of routines and changing the way you go home from work. Uh, Go out and meet some new people. Do things you haven't done. Make your reach broader. Travel somewhere. Put yourself out there, because all of that is going to help you, again, get to know yourself better, to see where the things that are the habits that you have that are keeping you stuck, and also to see all the possibilities that are there. So those opportunities and that broadness of your life give you opportunities to change those habits that are keeping you stuck, or change the way that you look at yourself or feel about yourself or look at the world, and or look at other people. You start to have much more compassion about who you are, and you start to see yourself in other people and in other countries, and you start to see how much more alike we are than different. And the love just starts to grow inside of you. You start to feel more. If you can start to allow yourself to feel more, which is experiencing more, which will be bringing new thoughts into your world. And those new thoughts will create new emotions and feelings for you, which will empower you and uplift you energetically, raise your frequency if it's positive, right? If you're allowing it to nurture you, then that just starts to crack open those spaces where you've been closed off, and micromanaging your life in a way that doesn't serve you and doesn't serve anybody around you. And it is not you. It's not really you. So that's just my basic. Let's simplify things and broaden your perspective. Keep grounding your energy and giving back all that energy that's not yours, and taking really good care of yourself. Eating well, sleeping, drinking lots of water, getting out in nature, moving your body, interacting with people, connecting with Source, meditating. All of those things are really going to just help make each day better and better, and make your life support you in a way that you can fully express yourself in it. All right, so blessings to you all. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day.